Hello everyone. Sorry here. Thank you so much for joining me. I am here with Kendra's Card Challenge, and I am going to be working on the May 2023 bonus. And I created the first four cards using some very bright, colorful pattern paper that I had in my stash. The product that I'm going to be using today is Kraftin Kimmie Stamps. They are one of the sponsors of Kendra Card Challenge number 10. And I felt like I would like to use some of their monkey business monkeys. That's the monkey business is the name of the stamp, and they are these adorable monkeys right here. I know I don't have the backing on them, so you can't really see it that well, but you will see. And I decided to color them in rainbow colors just to have some fun. And so let's get this started, and I'll show you what I've created with my first four cards. Okay, so here's card number one. I do want to say that this is for Patreons who are in the All Access and VIP patrons. And if you're interested, I'll leave the information on how you can sign up and be in the patron for the Kendra Card Challenge. And this one does create 8 cards. The first 4 are very similar, the way that you cut the sheets of paper. So I will just skim through these. Anything that's repetitive, I'll kind of knock out so that we don't take up too much time. But essentially, you're creating 8 more cards in your collection. The nice thing about this challenge is that you are only working with 4 pieces of 6x6 pattern paper instead of the regular 6, which is useful in some cases because sometimes you have really nice paper like I do here and you only have 4 sheets left over. So if you are interested, definitely check out this opportunity and just go to Kendra Card Challenge website, and there should be information there, and I'll also put it down in my description below on how you can sign up for this. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've just taken my 2 pattern pieces of paper and I've glued a strip across diagonally between the 2. This is just to remove any harsh lines between 2 completely different pattern paper designs. It also matches that gold shimmer as my matte layer. Normally, if it was specialty paper, I would remove the center so you're not wasting it. This paper is from Michaels, and you get a package of 50 for a relatively cheap price. So I have quite a bit, and I'm not too worried about wasting it. In this case, it's much more convenient to just keep the whole rectangle. The clouds that I'm using for this sketch and a couple others are from Queen & Company. It is one of their essential die sets where it comes with balloons, clouds, and flowers, and it gives you that little fun stitch outline on all the elements. It's a real fun essential bundle to have if you just want to add some elements to a card. Because some of the patterns that I'm going to be using do include clouds and rainbows and such, I decided that I would use these clouds on these cards, and it's working really well, especially here when the sentiment fits perfectly in the center of this cloud. Like, it could not fit any more perfect than that. So I was pretty happy with that when that happened. And I'm just going to heat set this in some gold. I first started off with Recollections Gold Tinsel, and you'll see that shortly, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. When I heat set it, only half of it had the glitter and the other half was kind of this flat, I'm not sure how you would describe it, but it was just kind of disappointing. I think what happened was when I used my heat gun, I probably blew all the glitter away. So maybe I should have tried heat set from underneath instead, but you'll see in a minute. There it is right there. It looks like the light shining on it, but actually that's exactly how it looked. And so I went back with my other gold, which is just a plain gold, and that looks so much better. I put my little monkey there holding the big banana, positioned him on the clouds there right above my sentiment. And I used that as an anchor to where I was going to put my smaller cloud. And once that's down, now I can move my image again. I'm going to prop the big cloud up with some foam tape. This is U-line tape that is about 1/32 of an inch thick. And that's going to just give it enough dimension to give it a little bit of a shadow and a separation between the cloud behind it. And then I will glue my monkey down. I don't need to worry about adding any foam or anything. He's not hanging over too much on that cloud. So cute. I'm loving these bright colors. Next, I'm going to take these enamel dots. I found these in my stash. They seem to match the colors in the background pretty well, but I only have the 3 colors, so I'm going to try to figure out how I put these in. And so I just put a couple on the bottom and then a couple on the top, kind of creating a triangle on both sides of the big and the small cloud. I don't use enamel dots as much as I used to, actually, now that I think about it, and I think that I've lost the knack of it. The idea of enamel dots for me, or sequence, is you want to add these elements, but you don't want to take away. You don't want it to be noticeable. It's more of an enhancement to the design. But, you know, it was fun to place them down, and so there we go. Card number 1. For card number 2, I did color my monkey in rainbow, and I just wanted to show you a fun little thing, just playing around trying to do it and trying to match those colors. And this is an image there from the April 2023 bonus printable digital and sentiments for Kendra Card Challenge number 10. If you're a patron, you will be able to get these. So if you're interested in that, the information will be in the description box below. And essentially, it comes with elements that work well with the sketches, and it comes in, I think, 3 different styles, or sentiment styles, I should say, and that's birthdays, thank yous, and other occasions. You'll notice that this time I do have a hole in the middle of my card, and that is because I will be using the circle as a mat for that let's celebrate sentiment that I'm using. And then, of course, you just want to fill it in with a scrap piece of paper. In this case, I have a circle that I just filled in, and that will make it so you do not have any sagging in that area when you put this all down. As you can see with card number 2, the sketch is very similar to number 1, except that the colors are in reverse. And so we'll just do the exact same thing, the strip around the diagonally across, and then we'll glue that down and onto the gold shimmer cardstock. The nice thing about these images that I'm using right here, if you had a toner printer, you could laminate these in with foil. And if you're interested in seeing that, Kendra has done so with one of her videos, and she had she had foiled it in some beautiful rainbow foil. So definitely check that out. I'll put that in the description box below so you can see as well her channel. So now that I've placed my Let's Celebrate sentiment up there, I'm now going to glue my little monkey, my rainbow monkey, on right underneath the sentiment there. In this case, I'm going to keep it very simple with no bling, and just looks really cute. Okay, so card number 3, I have another rainbow monkey. And I'm just trying to keep true to the pattern paper as best that I can. I really liked how this monkey turned out. I just love that transition into each color with the yellow and orange being in the middle. So here we go. I'm just doing the same steps I did in the previous 2 cards, and I'm just grabbing my strip. I'll glue that down, and then I'll trim it all off when it's nice and dry. In the meantime, I'll put my base down using the same Recollection cardstock. This is the Shimmer Gold cardstock. And I just really like how this Shimmer Gold works with the bright colors. I know my lighting is a little off on the camera today. I'm not sure what happened. I have all the lights I normally do, but these colors are actually quite vibrant, very, very bright. And so when you have that shiny gold, it looks really, really sharp. So now that I've trimmed off the edges that were overhanging, I'm just going to glue this down, and you get a nice separated card with the yellow rainbows and suns on the top, and then that starburst on the bottom. You may notice that off camera, I also just added the sentiment, "Let the monkey business begin." I think that's kind of cute with this little monkey that's hanging off of a branch, kind of stretching out. I kind of wanted the monkey stretching towards the starburst, I just think that looks kind of cute. I'm not sure what it's looking for. I guess curiosity has its attention. But I think that it's just really cute, and just that combination of him being this rainbow color and then the starburst. I really like how that turned out. These are the same cloud dies that I used for card number 1, and this time I just decided to cut them in 2 different colors. And once again, I'm propping up the one of them just to create some dimension. The foam tape that I'm using is very thin, so it's not going to be adding too much. I did add the cloud there, but I just kind of want to fill in the card a little bit more. I felt like everything was kind of crunched down in that bottom left-hand corner. So I'm just going to lift that up a bit and just place that a little more strategically. For card number 4, I did not create a rainbow monkey. I was playing around with my yellow-greens markers, and I really liked how this one turned out, so I decided to stick with that. But once again, I'm going to use these clouds, and I'm going to add my sentiment right in the center. And I'm just going to use my scissors to kind of straighten that as best as I can. I know there's grids on the Misty that I can do, but for some reason I actually have a hard time seeing the grid. My eyes don't see it very well, so I just try to use my scissors to kind of make it as straight as possible. And I think it turned out pretty well. It looks nice and straight. I'm not a huge fan of this hollow font. That's actually one reason I never use my Cricut for writing fonts. So I'm just going to color this really cute font in with my gel pen. It's just one of those Jelly Roll black pens, and the reason I like that is because it gets a nice little flow, and it's really nice and black. And then of course the final card is going to have the same sketch where I have that gold strip that's diagonal across, and it's going to match the matte layer that I'm going to glue this all on. So card 4 is very similar to card 3, and then 1 and 2 are similar. So pretty much it's just the reverse of what you have. In this case, I didn't do the starburst, I did the polka dots. So you do have that option to kind of flip it if you're using double-sided paper. I thought that the dots would be a little bit better just because of how the starburst on the other side was looking. I thought that just having little dots would be nice and not too distracting. And the sentiment is hang in there, friend. So I decided to use that monkey with him hanging off of a branch. That little cheeky little grin. And I decided to color the eyes a nice olive green to match his fur. In this case, I am just going to glue them both down. I'm not going to use any foam tape, just to try something different. That's the nice thing, is you have the freedom to try all different types of ways of gluing things and creating your own cards. So you don't need to lift anything up. You can always glue everything down. And there we go. Once again, I'm not going to add any bling to this. I just want to keep it nice and simple, and I like it. So that's it. That is the 4 cards creating. There are actually, as I said, there are 8 in total. There we go. So this one over here is the one we did, and we created 4 of those, but there's actually 4 more sketches that we can create. But for now, I have the 4 rainbow colors using these little cheeky monkeys. The monkey business, I should say. And these monkeys are from Kraftin Kimmie. This is their May release. It came out earlier this month. And it has those little monkeys. There's a little coconut and a little butterfly. I'm really, really digging these art styles. They have a bunch of different ones. I had done dinosaurs. I purchased the dinosaurs earlier. I haven't played with them yet. But there's also those foxes that I had used before. And just really cute designs. So definitely check out Kraftin Kimmie Stamps. That information will be in the description below if you are interested. And also, like I had said in the video, that if you are interested in these monthly additions to Kendra's card challenge, it is part of the Kendra's Card Challenge Patreon group, which gives you access to these additionals. But this one is for the all access and the VIP access. So those are the second and the third level. So keep that in mind. So I do hope that you enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun creating some nice, beautiful, bright cards. And until the next time, I'll talk to you all later and have a wonderful, beautiful summer. It's coming, and I hope you all enjoy it. And I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.